toes trapped, this is gonna be not a great thing for me, right? I have to come in hand fight, right? And I can't turn this way, right? But I can potentially point my toes, and if I can slip the heel, I can then turn this direction, right? It is risky, right? Because if he has my heel caught and I think it's slipped and I just turn this way, bam, I break about like I hurt myself, right? So I don't want to do that if I'm unsure if my heel is free. If I'm trapped here for good and he has double outside ashi and you cannot roll this way anymore, you're probably fucked, right? So this is a very important situation where you don't want to have your toes trapped in outside ashi, and if they are, very, very briefly, you need to come up your hand fight and look to slip this right away, right? Once they're slipped, it's harder for him to actually achieve the toes. It's not impossible. If he drops to the shoulder, he's a big guy, he can start diving for it. Yeah, it's still a thing, right? So you're not out of the woods yet. However, I do have a secondary foot that can fight behind here. I have a secondary hand, two hands that can fight here, right? I can go into rear naked choke grips. I can do a lot of stuff to fight his hands to prevent this from getting captured. However, this is not getting me out of this position. This is just making sure my foot is safe, right? Because eventually he's gonna hand fight me at some point. If I just stay here, I'm just running this risk again, right? Once I know my heel is safe, I'm gonna start turning this way. I'm gonna kick this leg over, and I'm gonna look to make a triangle here, that same similar far hip ashi position. Right? Now, from this position alone, it should be difficult for him to chase my feet, and if he does chase my feet, he's actually giving me more of an ability to maneuver his legs, right? If he stays up on his elbow right there, his legs are gonna be a little bit heavier here if he keeps them active. But as soon as he chases my feet, I'm gonna fall back, and I pass here. I adjust on the knee. Look where we're at, right? Far hip ashi versus his attack on my prayer feet, which is not a great position for him. I'll take this. He begins the roll, go to the mat, we're right here for the finish, right? Same exact move, but we're countering now defensively, right? He throws outside ashi on me, priority is I hide the heel, right? We landed here perfectly. I kick this in, right? Turn away, and I can start passing this to the top hip, attacking here, he rolls, and we finish. Yeah? Now, real quick, let's address a big problem. I can't do this right away if he's controlling this, right? There's no punching this through. I'm at risk here, right? He's gonna start doing all the shit we just worked on, kicking me away, turning my knee, and exposing that heel, right? This is not a great day for me. So, remember, if he has both arms controlled, or both legs controlled, my prerequisite is this guy, right? I come here, I start looking to fight this. Maybe I need to, like, I have to, there's many ways we can start fighting this. I want you guys to improvise, work with what you can, and just understand that that's the goal here. We have to remove this foot before I can do anything. Now I can keep this over, now I can go pass. Now I can stand up if I need to go into any other defenses, right? But we'll talk about other defenses later. Right now, we free this foot, I punch this over, I look for a triangle, I pass this over, and I begin my heel hook. If he does not roll, I'll finish him there. But he has an ability to roll, so most guys that are good will, right? If you grab and rip it, there's a chance that he doesn't have the time to roll, but because we don't trap the leg, he has an ability to roll, and there's really nothing we can do about it other than time that stop, which is honestly plenty that we can do about it, to be honest. So let's give that a shot. Now we're just defending outside ashi. And notice how similar these positions are, and start thinking about the interface between far hip ashi and outside ashi, and also how what things you have on your opponent. Because let's look, let's talk about just this position alone, right? If you notice, Mars has two legs around my leg, right? That means that there's a threat on this leg. But I also have two legs almost around this leg, right? It's not quite yet. So there's a potential threat on this leg. So it's kind of about who's getting heel exposure first, because if he gets my heel exposure, there is none of my counters, right? I'm gonna get fucked up here, right? But if I can hide the heel, this is why I don't really like to chill in outside ashi, because now I can start throwing this leg over, right? Now, if you did a good job and you came to reverse ashi, now I'm in much more trouble. Right now I have to do other things, and he's in line to either go back to cross, knee bar me, toe hold me, a bunch of shit here, right? But that's on him to realize that he doesn't have the toes, he needs to switch to reverse ashi. That would have probably helped me a lot in my last match, but I just brain farted for some reason. But yeah, I think if I just switched to reverse ashi, I could have done more. But give that a shot, guys. No toes.